So, game is officially finished, and it is Manchester City 4, Arsenal 1. Where do I start? Comprehensive win for the citizens, and it's fair to say the title is decided. I think the title has been decided since we lost at Everton, to be honest. Dropping points away at Goodison Park, it just didn't. It just with the form that we had and everything that we had done up to that point, it just didn't make sense. I don't buy the whole manager bounce. I understand Sean Dyche, of course, had an effect coming in to manage Everton, but man, listen. First and foremost, unacceptable performance, and I called it. I said it. It's the pressure. It's the pressure. It's the pressure. Pep Guardiola's a prick, you know. He's a proper prick. Do you know why Pep Guardiola's a prick? Because he got into the head of Arsenal. He got into the head of Arsenal players. He got into the head of Mikel Arteta. He got into the head of everyone that was associated with the club. Everything that was asked of him about Arsenal and the way how he would respond, it was to create mind games. It was to create that pressure. And Mikel Arteta didn't react in any way, shape, or form. Mikel Arteta would always choose the praise and choose the humble. Yes, you know, he's the greatest, one of the greatest managers, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And we just started to kind of feel shook, and they played like they were scared. They've been scared. All of these games. What did I say to you guys? It's gonna be draw, 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 defeat. Man, I know my club too well, man. I know my club too well, and 4-1. Look at these goals that we concede. Does it even make sense that we play one game per week and we always looked like the team that was more tired? Gabriel Jesus, since he's been injured, he just started. I think it was the first game that he called. He came back from injury. I said it in one of my reaction videos. He looked smaller. He looked bigger and healthier, and I don't know. It looked like he had better physique before his injury, before the World Cup injury, and since he's been back, he just doesn't look like he's got the same body mass. He looks slightly. I don't know, bro. He looks like some. I don't know, bro. I can't definitely listen. Not getting someone like Ivan Tony in the summer or in the January window, sorry, was criminal. We need a centre forward like Ivan Tony with that level of physique, with that level of power, with that level of agility, with that level of conversion. Someone like Vlahovic, someone like Ivan Tony, because Gabriel Jesus is not it. And Gabriel Jesus is my guy. I ride out for Gabriel Jesus. But today he was poor. Today he was real poor. He just didn't look hungry. He just didn't look like he believed. Are we playing these games like they're finals? No, we're not. Is Mikel Arteta too naive? Yes, he is. Is he playing these games like their finals? No, he's not. His inexperience is so clear to see. It's actually concerning. And I'll be real, you lot. I'll be real. This might be unpopular to say, but I don't know if Mikel Arteta is the man to take us to the elite heights that we want to get to, you know. I don't know if he is. I think he will eventually become an elite manager and all of that jazz, but I don't know if he can take us. Look, for me, I'm not going to lie. I'll give him one more season because it would have been 5 6 years that he's in a club and he's in the driving seat, and it just feels like a bit too. I don't know, man. Again and again and again and again, I keep saying it. Meaningless possession. Because we're so scared, we've lost that fluidity. And make no mistake, if Saliba was in the game today, we would have still lost that game. It was men against boys, men against babies. Literally, men against babies. Partey, poor. Odegaard, the second half, poor. First half, he was okay. He was one of the better players. He was trying, he was trying to put drive into us, put belief into us, and he's trying to push the boys forward. I saw clearly what he was trying to do. You know, as captain, he's obviously gonna have that extra motivation. But that's it. Like these guys don't want to win it. They don't believe. They don't believe. They stumbled up to these positions that they did, and you know, to this position, and they felt as though because they play for the Arsenal, they can no longer not say that they're in a title race, you know, because the fans will demand that because the expectation has changed. So then they said, "Rah, okay, we're on a title race. Clearly, we're on a title race," but they never really truly believed. And Gary Neville is starting to be proved right. He hasn't been completely proved right, and it's not over yet. We're still top of the league, as crazy as that sounds. Of the three draws and a defeat, we are still top of the league. Again, Man City still have to go and win those games. But man, we actually moving like we don't deserve to win the league anymore. A couple games back, I was firmly grounded in that belief. Like we deserve because we've been a better team. But City is starting to overtake us in that aspect. City is starting to really show us where the bar is set and how how high the bar is set. I tell you, lot, man. Substitutions again. Mikel Arteta. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. Jorginho comes on, and he comes on for Xhaka. Of course, you know he's probably thinking about the other games that we have to play, which are going to come thick and fast, and Chelsea and whatnot. But I think he should have started with two DMs, and I called for this. You know, I said it in my preview. He should have started with Jorginho and Partey there in the midfield, sitting in the midfield, because even though Xhaka can play that kind of defensive role, we know how he is sometimes defending. I think Jorginho would have been a good replacement for that. Just contain the game, make sure that if we're gonna if we're gonna, be losing by the second half or by the half time, it's at least low 1-0 maximum. We go down 2-0 because of a stupid, unnecessary tackle from Thomas Partey. Why would you do it? Thomas Partey, I don't know what's happened with him in the last 3-4 games. Honestly, he's just not the same. He's another one that's looking feeble, that's looking like he doesn't believe. He shouldn't be one of those players. He should be one of the players that believes. We should be one of the players that has that experience playing for Atletico Madrid, going to Champions League finals, going to Champions League. This is big games he's been in, and he's playing like this. He should be one of the leaders on the pitch. I feel like Thomas Partey is not a leader. Why is he not a leader? Look, even the shot that he took in the first half. Okay, yeah, cool, you took a shot, but look how he bends his body. Look at that shot. Like it's just not. We had no good phase of play in the entire game. Don't tell me about the last 15, 20 minutes when we're getting a 1-2 little space. Any possession that we had, they let us have it. City let us have it. Anything semi-good that we did, they let us do it. And I just think to myself, like, rah, you know what? We are so far away from City. It's incredible to say that now in comparisons to how I was feeling and what I was saying a few weeks ago. It's incredible, bro. Like, what? Like, what is Pep doing in the training ground that it's got this? Why do they get to the balls quicker? Why does it look like they got more strength? Why does it look like they got more pace? Why does it look like their players are more hungry for it? Why do they look more motivated? What is Mikel not doing? Mikel is moving mad, you lot. I'm not going to lie to you lot. And this is the reason why I said I truly believe he's not the guy to keep us at or to take us to that super elite level where we're going to compete with a City, we're going to compete with Real Madrid. It's not him. Because he's talking about on post-match, oh, I love my players more. We don't want to be hearing them things. Pep Guardiola has given you've worked with him. He's given you the blueprint of what it is that you need to do and you need to say. Stop defending them like this. Tell them you need to be more motivated. You need to be more hungry. Because you've seen Pep Guardiola do it and it gets results out of their players. So why are you always trying to hug them and trying to tell them you love them more when in the defeat than in the victory? Yeah, we heard that once. We don't want to keep hearing that all the time, bro. They sold us a dream. I'm not going to lie. The club sold us a title dream. Mikel should have said, you know what? I do believe that as crazy as this sounds, we're not ready to win the title yet. We're going to go as far as we can, and where we end up is where we end up. The valid target, the true, genuine target is Champions League football because of all of the dynamics around it, finances and so forth, and that just come out with that clarity. At least the fans can say, you know what? Okay, from that point onwards, it is what it is. As early as then, we could say, if we make it, we make it, but we hold not. Because it's mad, bro. And I'm not saying Mikel Arteta directly came out and said, yeah, we're gonna win the league. He was saying the right things, but deep down, that's what everything and everyone associated to the club was gearing up to, and that was the energy around Arsenal, that we were going for the title because of how good we've been playing, bro. Mate. Let me just have a look at some stats for you lot, man. Jesus Christ, can't believe this, man. 4-1. If we're gonna lose, at least lose 2-0, a respectable one, like that. Lost 3-1 at home, lost 4-1 away. Like, what? Possession, 52%, 48%. Look at that, not much difference. And what did we do with it? Zero, bro. That goal from Holding, that's a joke, man, goal, bro. That's just a lucky ball lands on the ground, in the middle of the 6-yard, but like, he just, I don't even care about that goal, bro. Shots, 14, 8 shots on target, 8 shots on target. This is what matters, bro. And remember what I said in my preview. If you watched my preview, let's get shots away. We had one shot, which was that party shot in the entire first half. Arsenal football is so predictable at times. It's like, who's going to take risks? We need to talk about Saka as well. Because that contract renewal, since that moment, since that time, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's not taking risks. I'm not seeing risk taken. I'm not seeing him, drop the shoulder on a defender. Like, Akanji had his pocket the whole game, bro. Let's not make no mistake about that. 9 shots on target as opposed to 2 for Arsenal, bro. 13 fouls apiece. Letting this Norwegian or whatever he is robot and taking off his hairband and doing them. Kevin De Bruyne has now scored 64 Premier League goals for Manchester City since joining Wolfsburg for 55 million in 2015. Kevin De Bruyne has now scored his 27th Premier League goal from outside the box since joining Man City. 5 more than any other player during that time. Liverpool beating West Ham. That's a big win for Liverpool away. Brentford beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 2-0. Whew, Chelsea. Oh. Are we going to beat Chelsea? Because that's what we got next. And I tell you, look, same old story. When you're going through a run of defeats or a run of poor form, what's the team that's going to guarantee you a change? What's the team that's going to get that that's going to change? Arsenal. What's the team that you want to play with? Arsenal. Your striker ain't scored in 8 games, 10 games. Don't worry, he's going to score against Arsenal. Who's Chelsea's striker? Who is it? Do they even have a striker? Havertz? Yeah. Let's go, Havertz. Come to the carpet. We'll see you May the 2nd at the carpet, and you come get your goals. That's it. That's our season. Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton, Nottingham Forest. And shambolic. Absolutely shambolic, you lot. I'll give him one more season. I'll be real. Mikel Arteta has one more season. There's lots of questions that need answers. There's lots of things to dissect. Bro, that game is just like, raw. Like, why are the players coming out with no inspiration? Why are they coming out with no motivation? Why are they only showing that at the end of games? Why are they... No fight, no belief, no response. Same old errors, making errors. Men against boys, bro. And let me tell you something. that is for me was the nail on the coffin, and I clocked today, and I clocked this evening. Mikel Arteta is the type of manager when Arsenal's winning, he's quick to stand on the touchline and do all of that. You go over there, you come over here, blah blah blah, shout instructions, huddle up, all of this. When Arsenal are losing, what does he do? Nothing. Sits there talking to what do they call him? AirPod Albert or whatever. Bro, make a tactical change. You don't tell me where did you see a tactical change in the second half? Zero. Just literally looking at his bench and going, you know what? Alright, cool. You might as well come in. I've had the pressure of not bringing you on, Smith Rowe. You come in. Reece Nelson, do you know what? Let's see if you can do something. That's like, bro, what the hell? Where's the... Take one from over here, maybe take the winger out, close it, make it go a little bit narrow, go long ball, and, you know, bring someone forward that can... Nothing. Zero tactical changes. Zero tweaking. Zero. Remember I said in my preview, Arsenal fans are talking about, oh yeah, he's going to take out this player and he's going to put Ben White in. He changed nothing, bro. Zero. From the West Ham lineup to this lineup to the Southampton lineup. Changed nothing. Party. These men had a mare with Haaland, bro. Holding had a mare. Gabriel had a mare. Partey had a mare. They all had nightmares. Haaland was giving them nightmares. Shambolic. But we moved to Chelsea, innit? The season is done. Make no mistake, the season is done. It will take a miracle for us to go and still win this league. And I don't say this from a results perspective. I say this from a performance perspective. I say this from the way I see City performing. Yeah, they're unstoppable. They really are unstoppable right now. They now deserve to go on and win this league. We deserved it right up to this point. 30 odd games. But now, they deserve to go on and win this league, bro. Do I believe? I don't. Now these young boys are going to have to prove us wrong. There's no more us believing. Now go out there and get a win against Chelsea, get a win against Newcastle, get a win against Brighton, get a win against Nottingham Forest, and get a win against Wolves, and then we can have further conversations. We'll see where we end up. And that's about it. That is about it. I know Twitter's going to be going crazy. I know, look, there's many things you can dissect about the game. Michael Oliver is where it is with the refs. The refs did what the refs did. Yes, some decisions should have went our way. Yes, some decisions were harsh. But nah. If people are looking for these kind of excuses, I'm so sorry. I'm not even gonna entertain these kind of excuses. The season is bold. The season is bold now. The season's not finished and over, but it's officially bold. I was saying the game against Southampton, Arsenal bottled it, but they didn't bottle the season. But now it's the season, man. It is. It really is, bro. Look at this table, 75 points. They still keep 2 games in hand. 2 points. That's the gap. We could have been clear of these units, bro. If we were going to win the league, we would have been clear of these guys. Or at least a nice little 5-point cushion. Looking at the table, Chelsea's in big problems. They're in actual risk of getting dragged down into some sort of relegation scare. was all she wrote, people, man. I'm out of here, man. Listen, please drop a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. That was the match reaction from the Manchester City v Arsenal game. I believed, I no longer believe, but I'm not going to be hounding the players and, I'm going to criticize them 100%. Everyone's at fault, including the manager. Poor, 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 poor. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please like the video, guys. And I'm going to be doing the player ratings very soon, so please look out for that. And I'll see you lot in a bit. Peace.